Hi, grade 7. Welcome to week 9 of Music in the Laboratory. So, this week we're going to look at a new topic, but still within the same stuff that we've been doing, and it's going to be a key change. However, that's the name of the topic, key change. All right. But before we get there, I just want to give a congratulations to two people who managed to get last week's transcription of Joy to the World perfect. It was practically it was like 99%. So to Wendo and Imani, great work. Keep it up. And yeah, you guys are using your ears really well. For the rest of you, it's not that you guys weren't close, it was that some of you just forgot to use 16th notes or you forgot to adjust the tempo. So just small details like that. So make sure you always read through the document that I attach onto your music file section. So go to music, click files, click week 9 or week 8. Week 8 was for last week, so this week click week 9 and read through it and pay attention to those details. I'll be looking to see a tempo and 16th notes. Because some of you were asking about 16th notes, let me just quickly go through it. All you have to do is click your settings. It's really easy. And split beats, where it says split beats into, you have to click 4. Then click that big tick. And then here you go. Now, the reason why it's called 16th notes is because, remember, these blue lines show a bar. So within every bar, we have 4 notes. We can play 4 notes. So if we have 4 bars and we have 4 notes within those 4 bars, how many do we have? Let's count. Or some of you have already done it. 4 times 4 is 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first bar. 5, 6, 7, 8 in the second bar. 9, 10, 11, 12 in the third bar. 13, 14, 15, 16 in the fourth bar. So just pay attention to those details and tempo right here. I'll give you a specific tempo, so make sure you set it according to a specific tempo. All right, so great work, you guys. Hopefully, the weeks coming, there'll be people who also do really well. Also, make sure you listen carefully. Don't just guesswork it. Listen to the audio that you heard Miss Vanessa singing. Then listen to what you've actually put on the music lab. Just compare them as you're moving along. Don't just fly through it and then forget about the original melody. You have to use both of them so you can get your transcription really good. All right, so today we're looking at changing key. So in music, we have 7 different letters that we use to tell us about a key. And it's really simple. In the whole alphabet, English alphabet, you have how many letters? Let's count. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. We have 26, all right? 26. Whereas in music, we only have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We only have 7. We only reach till G. After G, we go back to A. So that allows us to change key. Sometimes you can be singing the key of A, you can sing in the key of B, you can have sing in the key of C, D, and so on. Now that's the basic form. Now the next level is when you have things in between. So let me move my face here. So let's say you have, first of all, if we want to change our key, click on settings and then click where it says start on. So right now, your music lab is always in the key of C, right here, okay? C. Now, if we click here, our Do, that is always going to be the key. The key is always Do, all right? Very important. The key of a song is always Do. So in this case, the key is C. Do is C. So Do, C, this is also C, and so on. Even if I put the third octave, it will also be C. Now, notice how the C is the color red in the music lab. Even in Joalba, if you look at the red bell, it has C written on top of it. It's just when it comes to solfege, they like to denote the note C with a color red, like a deep red. Now, so remember, Do was C and it was red. Now if I go to settings, I click on start on, and I go to where it says C. Look at all of that. I have C hashtag D with a funny looking B, then D with a hashtag with a funny looking B, then F with a hashtag with a funny looking B. So how do we say these things? When it comes to it, so we have our 7 letters. Notice we still have our 7 letters there. C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. However, in between 2 letters, like in between C and in between D, we have C sharp. All right? This hashtag is called a sharp. And this funny looking B is called a flat. So when you see them in music, make sure you say sharp and say flat. Now the way it works is, if any note is in front of another note, it is a sharp. If anything is behind a note, it is a flat. So if we're going from C to D, because D is always after C, we go A, B, C, then D. So that means C is before D. All right? Just the same way A is before B is before C is before D is before E is before F is before G, and in music, G is before A, because we don't go to H. Never say H in music. All right, so in between, so after C, we would say C sharp. So anything after a note is a sharp, whereas anything behind a note is a flat. So because this note over here is behind D, it's called D flat or C sharp. All right? It's the same way if let's say on my left, on this side where my hand with the ring finger is, let's say this is a dog, and let's say this side is a cat, and let's say Mr. B is in between the dog and the cat. You can either describe me as being in front of the dog or behind the cat. Either way, I'm still in the same place. But if you say I'm behind the dog or in front of the cat, you'll still know who I am in regards to whether you're talking about dog or a cat. The same thing here. If you're behind D, you are flat. If you're in front of C, you're sharp. Okay? Now let's take it to between D and E. If you're in front of D, you are sharp. You're D sharp. If you're behind E, you are E flat. Anything behind something is a flat. Anything in front is a sharp. Now, two very important rules. In music, we don't have anything in between E and F. Look, E and F have nothing in between them. And B and C have nothing in between them. So remember that. There's no such thing as an E sharp or an F flat. And there's no such thing as a B sharp or a C flat, because you can't have anything between E and F or B and C. Very important to remember. But everything else has something between them. So in front of C is C sharp, behind D is D flat. In front of D is D sharp, behind E is E flat. In between E and F, nothing. In front of F is F sharp, behind G is G flat. In front of G is G sharp, behind A is A flat. In front of A is A sharp, behind B is B flat. And if you can imagine as if C was here where my mouse is, but in between B and C, there's nothing. So don't forget those two rules between E and F and B and C. Before Christ and F. How do you spell the letter F? E-F. So between those two, there's nothing in between. All right, so that's how you understand keys. Now, if I want you to say, if I tell you, select the next piece you're going to do, I want it in the key of F. What do? Very simple. You go here where it says start on and you click F. Look at that. Then click the tick. And now, notice this. My do is now going to be a different color. Now my do is green, because F is now my starting note. So the way Music Lab works, they give everything a color. So now F is going to be green, and it's my do. So do, re, mi, fa, so. All right, now what was red is now my so. What was once do is now so. Let's try another one. Let me undo. All right. So let's go to settings. Let's say I want in the key of B. All right, so I click B. Let's see what color my do is going to be. It's going to be, that's like a pink right there. Let's say, let's make it a bit more complicated. If I want the key of C sharp. So where is C sharp? C hashtag. That's a C sharp, okay? And it's the same as D flat. That's why they put both of them. C sharp and D flat are exactly the same. So I click that, and now let's see. Now it's a funny looking orange. That's like an orangey red right there for my do. Do. Let's say I want the key of E flat. What do? I go and I look for E. There's an E and there's a funny looking B. That's a flat. So that's E flat. It's the same as D sharp. Click the tick. And now it's going to be a different, now look at it. It's like a pale, it's like a kind of yellow orange right there. Right there. Let's try one more. Let's go to settings and let's change our key to, let's try B flat. B flat right there. Now it's purple. That's going to be our new do. So that's how you change keys. So I'm going to be mentioning it in your work plan. So make sure you check your files before you actually watch this video. And so you can know how to, which key you're supposed to change to, which tempo you're supposed to put. Make sure you put your 16th notes and don't forget to increase the bars, all right? Do your best. The next song is coming up. I'm cutting out and I'm going back to Pakistan. I'll see y'all there where I meet up with Miss Vanessa and she's going to sing y'all the next song. See you in a few. All right, we are in Pakistan with Miss Vanessa. We just took a flight and she's going to be singing Joyful, Joyful. Although she's stuck in the middle of a Pakistani forest, she has got the joy of the Lord. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light of day.
Yeah, that was awesome. So joyful, joyful, we adore thee, our Lord our God. So transcribe that melody. Make sure you listen to it a couple of times, and as you're putting it in the Crow Music Lab, be comparing it to Miss Vanessa's version so that you can get it 100% accurately. Don't forget, adjust the tempo, put it in 16th notes, change the key, and make sure you start in the second octave. All right, people, we will get back together next week where I will be in Sao Paulo. See you then.